There are a lot of different modeling types, but you don't have to be expert in all. But it's really important to know all of them because it will really help you to decide the right technique for the specific projects. We all know that all 3D projects are kind of like different and every project can be handled with their own way. So it's really important to know the right type of modeling for your project. The second reason is that not all of the methods are meant for beginners. So maybe you are trying the wrong type of 3D modeling at the beginning. The third and the most important reason is that every industry use different type of 3D modeling. So if you want to go anywhere like game industry, animation industry or film industry, you have to know the right type of 3D modeling to achieve that goal. So for all of this, I am going to show you 10 types of 3D modeling today. So let's get started. So at number 1 we have Polygon Modeling. It's one of the old way and it's really efficient in a lot of ways. So first we will talk about it. What is poly modeling? So actually, if you create anything from these basic objects like cube, plane, circle, sphere and that kind of stuff, and you grow that object by extruding face, edges and vertex. So all of this type of modeling is called polygon modeling. Polygon actually means the face and this type of modeling is called polygon. The benefit of this modeling is that it's easy for beginners. It's the really basic way of creating stuff. It's more commonly using in the game industry because they have to get clean meshes with the lower topology, and in the poly modeling actually we create things from really basic, so we use the vertex and edges in very optimized way, so that's why it's more common for games. The disadvantage of this method is that we can't really make complex shapes like organic objects and characters and that kind of stuff. Okay, the second type of 3D modeling is the curves. So in Blender, curves can be found at the second in the add panel, and we have a lot of different curves. So what the curve is that a kind of like object with having the ability to curve like this. We don't get face and edges in this one, we just have points. So it's really easy to create curvy stuffs from this. It's a really rich way of modeling and people create really awesome things with it. The third type of 3D modeling is the sculpting. It's one of my favorite way of creating things because I am a 3D character artist and mostly character artists sculpt to create things. So sculpting is the method to actually push and pull the topology. In this method, we use a lot of different brushes to actually do this task. The benefit of this method is that we can create any kind of complex organic shapes like characters, but the disadvantage is that it destroys the topology. So we have to create another mesh to clean this, and it takes some extra time. But this is a really known method and a lot of character artists and creature artists use this method. At number 4 we have the subdivision modeling. The concept is really simple, that we create things in like polygon modeling, but later on we apply a subdivision surface modifier to just high-res the mesh and smooth up the topology, but it actually comes up really handy. So we preview our object in high-res, but our object in real is having this kind of low-res polygons. So it's also a known method. So this method allows us to create high quality 3D models for animation and for VFX. At number 5, we have skin modifier. So for this method, we need only single vertex. So we have to merge any object that we have into one vertex. And after that, we can extrude it, and we can come up here to the modifier and add a skin modifier. And after that, it converted to a topology like this. I also done a character base mesh creating this method. It's a little rare use method, but it's really helpful in a lot of ways. It also has some features that it can convert. We can convert the whole thing into an rig. So we just have to click on the create armature, and after that we already have the rig system, so we can use this. So it's a quick way of creating something that you want to animate stuff. And also a lot of people create some cool characters with this method. On the 6th one, we have the paramedic modeling. This is a cool method, and I recently uploaded a short video on that where I create a lot of different stuff with this method in just a few seconds. So this is the method where we get a lot of stuff with just a few clicks. So in this method also what we do is that we go to the edit mode and we convert the object into one vertex. After that we slide it here. For example, I have to create a bottle, so what I have to do is that extrude this. So we have to create our shape in just a line like this, and after that we have to add the screw modifier, and this will complete our object. And after that we can just change the shape and the whole object will go according to that. On the number 7, we have the Boolean modeling. So this type of modeling is really unique, and no other way can replace this one because it has some really powerful features. So actually the concept is to have two objects and we do operation between these two objects, and that is called Boolean. So in the Boolean operation we can do a lot of stuff, like we can subtract this object from this one, or we can add these two by like union it, and we can intersect it and that kind of stuff. We have a separate modifier in Blender for it, but also there is a free add-on for it named with Bool tool. If you enable that, things can be a little easy. So come up here to the edit and just select two of them. And after that, we can do the following operation like difference, union, intersect, and slice. So with the first one, as you can see, we cut it the spare from the spare, and it looks something like this. So it's really nice if you have an object like this and you want to create a whole like spare. So you have to just add that, and now select these tools and click on difference, and as you can see, with one click we have this kind of cool shape. So the power of this method is that there isn't any limit and you can create a lot of different hard surface shapes through this one. The only disadvantage is that it creates some weird topology, so you have to clean your object after this. On number 8, we have the box modeling. It's pretty similar to the polygon modeling, but it is a bit different. In this method, we only use the box to create stuff. So it's the way where we create stuffs with going from the really basic shape into the complex shape with just the box. On number 9, we have the procedural modeling. It's a pretty unique way where we add displacement texture to actually change or deform or mesh. So we create a black and white image through Photoshop or any photo editing software, and then we bring it to Blender and we use it to deform or displace or mesh. So people create like mountains and that kind of surface through this method. On the number 10, we have the geometry node. It's the most trending one now because this one seems like so powerful. It's a modeling method using nodes. There are a bunch of nodes and people do some really amazing stuff with this thing. The best benefit of this method is that after going to the end of the object, we can still edit in the start and we can change the stuff. So everything is procedural and everything is in the control, so we can do anything what we want. This method is not only to modeling stuff, but it also have a really power on creating hairs with the particle nodes and that kind of stuff. So that was all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. For now, bye.